You might often hear me talk about why I think Cody Rhodes needs to finish the story at WrestleMania 40. And it's interesting because my prediction thus far has come entirely true. Long before WrestleMania 39, I predicted that Cody Rhodes would win the Royal Rumble, lose at WrestleMania 39, win the Royal Rumble in 2024, and then go on to finish the story at WrestleMania 40. Now, obviously, all of that has come true thus far until WrestleMania 40 because we don't know what's going to happen with Cody and Roman Reigns. But there's a reason why I predicted this to happen. One, it was about Cody Rhodes facing adversity. And it usually became something that I was often teased for on the internet because, well, let's just face it. A lot of people were tired of the adversity. A lot of people thought Cody Rhodes should come in untouchable, and I didn't necessarily agree with that. Now, obviously, that's a huge risk for the WWE running a two-year long storyline because you don't really know if Cody Rhodes will be able to keep the momentum as a top babyface, which, if you haven't been watching, he is still a very big draw for the WWE. He has not lost momentum despite facing adversity for over a year. But not only did I talk about adversity, I predicted this because I knew something would happen with the Bloodline storyline. And unfortunately, that has happened. The Bloodline storyline has lost steam. A lot of it. And I don't think it's ever going to recover, which is why I genuinely believe Cody Rhodes needs to finish the story at WrestleMania 40. Now, the reality is with WrestleMania 40, the reason why it's the perfect time, it's really for two reasons. Roman Reigns does not need to beat Hulk Hogan's record. He doesn't need to pass Bruno Sammartino's record. It's slowing down the product. There's not that many legitimate challengers left for Roman Reigns. And while it's possible to have new challengers for Roman Reigns prior to WrestleMania 40, the reality is it has become so far predictable that it has not been enjoyable to watch. I mean, seriously, since the Sami Zayn stuff, I have not been excited about the Bloodline storyline. In fact, I've actually been really opposed to it. Now, granted, I did enjoy the Royal Rumble build with AJ Styles and LA Knight and Randy Orton and Roman, and that's been fine. But at the end of the day, we know that Roman Reigns is going into WrestleMania 40 as champion. The question is, does he walk out of WrestleMania 40 as champion? See, the problem with the Bloodline storyline is for over a year, it was exceptional storytelling. They did a lot of great stuff, and it was a really good achievement for the WWE to be able to broadcast the storyline for over several years. And in the past year, with Roman Reigns fighting against a lot of people and then obviously breaking up with Sami Zayn and stuff like that, we started to see that the challengers haven't really been up there on the level of Roman Reigns. Now, I'm not saying LA Knight isn't great, and I'm not saying Randy Orton isn't great or anything like that, or AJ Styles or anything like that. What I'm saying is Roman Reigns has become the unbeatable force. And there's only been one other person presented on television that has been presented as the guy that could beat the unbeatable force, and that is Cody Rhodes. So at the end of the day, we've been watching a lot of filler. Each week on SmackDown, sometimes you get Roman Reigns and sometimes you don't. But that's the problem with the Bloodline storyline. If Roman Reigns was a working champion every single week, it would turn out incredibly different. But the problem is, the absence of Roman Reigns has dramatically impacted this storyline. Now, believe it or not, I don't think it actually impacted SmackDown whatsoever. SmackDown without Roman Reigns has been great. SmackDown with Roman Reigns has been excellent. It just goes to show you that they could produce good TV without Roman Reigns. That's why Roman Reigns doesn't need to be the champion. Roman Reigns has reached a level where he does not need to be champion any longer. In fact, I think the best way to actually tell the story of the Bloodline falling apart is when Roman Reigns drops the only thing that he's ever wanted. Let's face it, he's wanted the Undisputed Championship a lot more than he's wanted Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso and Paul Heyman. And when you take that away from Roman Reigns, it creates a compelling storyline post WrestleMania 40 when he drops the belt. The reality is, it's just common sense. And I think right now, WWE's in a situation where you have to prepare for Roman Reigns not being on television every week. You have to prepare for Roman Reigns not being champion every week. You need to be prepared for Roman Reigns when inevitably, I believe he's going to go to Hollywood, but you need to prepare for whatever post-Roman Reigns era there is. Now, thankfully, WWE has created a lot of credible stars. So if Cody Rhodes does become the WWE champion and does move to SmackDown, there's going to be a lot of people that can have feuds with Cody Rhodes. Whether they win or lose, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of feuds and a lot of stories you can tell. There's actually more stories you can tell post Roman Reigns than there is with Roman Reigns being champion. This is one of the biggest reasons why I believe Cody has to become champion. And I believe this was always part of WWE's plan. Now, granted, I could be speaking relatively prematurely here because we don't know if Cody's going to face Roman Reigns. But it looks like, based on the television that they've been showcasing us for the last year, that Cody Rhodes dethroning Roman at WrestleMania 40 was always part of the plan. There was a lot of outrage when Cody didn't get the job done at WrestleMania 39. But that's how the IWC reacts. Like, a lot of people don't let things breathe. And here I'm trying to tell you, I let it breathe, and I let it simmer, and I let it do its thing. But I have reached the end point with this storyline. The Rock and Roman doesn't need the belt. Solo Sikoa getting blamed for Roman losing the belt can be a very intriguing post-WrestleMania 40 storyline. And quite frankly, Paul Heyman leaving Roman Reigns at some point would be great. Why? Because there's a lot of other people who could benefit from being packaged as a Paul Heyman guy. Cough, cough, Braun Breaker's expected to be on SmackDown. Braun Breaker's a freaking beast. You put him with Paul Heyman, it automatically means business. It's inevitable. But sometimes there's just something in the way, and that's obviously where The Rock coming back could put a damper on plans. Now, I don't know what WWE is going to do here for WrestleMania 40, but I do need to be very clear. This has to end at WrestleMania 40. They've hit its peak with the storyline. And not only have they hit its peak with the storyline, but truth be told, Roman Reigns, he's bigger than the championship. And Cody Rhodes can do something with that championship that Roman hasn't done, and that's be the working champion. That excites me. Seth Rollins talked a lot on Raw about, the World Heavyweight Champion being the blue collar belt, the Dusty Rhodes Championship. The WWE Championship, on the other hand, is the Hollywood belt, the Hulk Hogan belt. Does Cody want to be the World Heavyweight Champion? No. He wants to be the WWE Champion. Why? So he can change it. He can change that belt. A lot deeper. And Cody and Roman will be exciting. But Cody needs to finish the story. Whether you like to admit it or not, Cody is still a draw. WWE's business is still hot. And from a creative standpoint, this is the right direction to go. There is no other outcome that I could think of that benefits the WWE, that benefits anything for Roman Reigns. At some point, people will get sick and tired. And that's the way to do it. Have Cody finish the story. The Bloodline story fell apart because they did everything that was needed to do to get to this point. Now everything else is filler. What inning are we in? We're getting ready to be in the bottom of the ninth. And I need Cody Rhodes to hit the game-winning grand slam. Simple as that.